Where have I been? What's going on? Who is the future? The answer to all of these questions and more will be revealed right now.
5, 4, 3, 2.
So without making this video a million years long, we're going to do this real quick. I've been on hiatus for a lot of different reasons, but the most glaring one of all is that Speed Duels is unfortunately kind of done. I understand there are still online events, there are still different ways you can do Speed Duel videos, and if a large portion of my comment section wants me to keep going, I promise I'll dedicate a section, a video segment, to Speed Duels. But we're unfortunately moving a bit past that, and the reason being is mainly because we are merging with Gamers Galaxy. Now, Gamers Galaxy is a store that I launched 7 or 8 years ago on TCGplayer, and it was kind of just my side gig for the longest time, but I'm finally ready to take it to the next level, and that is to be a full-fledged business. I want to take stuff with the store and put it through the channel, and what I mean by that is I want to do more market segments, I want to do more pickup videos, I want to do like shorts or YouTube reels or whatever that are related to, hey, pick these cards up now type situations. Maybe advertise some of my products. Now, for the most part, you all know I kind of just do cards and Asian English cards as of right now, but I want to expand it. And for a while, I wanted to keep that separate from the YouTube channel. I didn't want them to overlap, but I'm getting to a point now where I'm still going to do regular Yu-Gi-Oh videos, right? I actually have been really enjoying the format, which is weird to say, especially because I was so ingrained in the speed for so long. But I'm enjoying getting back into real Yu-Gi-Oh again, and I've got like all the popular decks right now, and I've really enjoyed retooling some of them and making some fun decks for the side, and I'm going to start doing more video segments on regular Yu-Gi-Oh, but there is going to be a section of the channel that is more dedicated to market-related things, and that's going to be the Gamers Galaxy side of it. I'm at a point now where I feel like the best way to incorporate the store even more so is by doing things through YouTube, Instagram, and other things as well. And I want to take it that way. I'm still going to call it yugibros. It's still going to be yugibros, and I'm still going to do videos like I always do. There's going to be deck profiles, there's going to be Master Duel videos, there's going to be a lot of different things, but I definitely want to dive more into the market things. I've been a vendor/collector before I've ever been a duelist in this game, ever since I, first started playing this game back in 2003, I guess. I've always been more on the market side of the game than the play side of the game. And when the game kind of ramped up around TOS format, I kind of ditched out after TOS because I just wasn't really into it anymore. And then Speed Duels came out around the same time, and I liked the older aspect of the game, so I gravitated to that. This was also the time where I was working at a different card shop. I wasn't really doing my own thing. And so the last thing I wanted to do after working at the card shop all day was play more regular Yu-Gi-Oh! Or do anything market related. So I was kind of in this like fog where I was like, well, Speed Duels is the only other like unique thing that's not the same thing, but it's still good enough that like I can throw my attention at that. And that's what that was for a while. Since then, I don't work at that shop anymore, and I've kind of enjoyed playing regular Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. And because of Konami's lack of Speed Duel productivity, and like the side events was never enough. I was originally told by a former Konami rep in the beginning that they had planned to maybe do regionals and make it its own format beyond side events. And so I was always hopeful that Speed Duels would become this like gigantic like other thing. Like, unfortunately, and I think Rush Duels is cool, but unfortunately they gate kept us from Rush Duels because we had Speed Duels. And I don't think that's fair. I think we could have had both. And yeah, I get it. Speed Duels probably would have died maybe a bit sooner because Rush Duels would have been the side thing that everyone loved. But I don't get why one had to exist without the other. They could have ran both of them. But unfortunately, Speed never got the love that like something like Rush Duels overseas got. And it struggled because of that. It massively died. The only time it was ever at a resurgence was when they dropped the booster pack segment and they went to the box segment, and the Battle City box went so big and that they sent out that survey, and then everyone was like, yeah, give us more of this. Unfortunately, the next 2 or 3 boxes all sucked, and not until the Shadow Duelist box did it kind of have a resurgence. But at that point, like, you already alienated a lot of your fan base. They barely ever released stuff. Like, twice a year is not good enough. compared to regular Yu-Gi-Oh that gets a new thing like every 3 weeks. I know it's a smaller card pool and you don't want to give it as much of a shakeup, but God, every month or two, maybe every 2 months it would have been nice. And then, of course, the biggest hurdle is that they didn't go past GX, and I know they wanted to keep it away from extra things like Synchros, Xyz. I feel like you could have gone into Synchros, Xyz and stopped there. You don't have to do Pendulum or Links, but like, you can't circle back to Battle City 2 to 3 extra times and expect people to stay on board. They're gonna get bored, they're gonna want change. Like, you can't go on a schedule like that, especially with a much smaller card pool and everything. So, I mean, I could rant about the problems with speed duels forever, and if you want to see a video on me doing that, I'll definitely do it. But I don't want to bore you with too much of that. So, expect more mainstream Yu-Gi-Oh! Expect Master Duel over time. Like I said, I'm close to getting a whole new setup, a whole new rig, and when that happens, the productivity and the quality of videos will definitely increase. But until that time, that's kind of what we got. As far as the schedule goes, I don't plan on having a fixed schedule like I've had in the past, because clearly burnout has been huge. If you've ever watched my channel, there will be segments of months where there's a lot of stuff, and then there's just nothing. And Speed Duels, by itself, I can't keep enough interest with making constant Speed Duel videos, so I'm going to have to branch out. And that's going to be a big shift in the beginning. But I think overall, it will be really, really good, and I'm going to keep it at least 1 video a week. I want to do more and expect more for a little bit of a resurgence. But I can't be expected to do more than 1 right now, just with everything going on with Gamers Galaxy. But I plan on doing at least more than 1 for the next couple of months, just to kind of get us back into it. But I don't want to release a specific schedule because, as I've proven multiple times, I can't stick to a schedule. It just doesn't work. I can do it for a couple months and then burnout really creeps in. So on that logic, we're going to expect a video every week. So to be 4 a month. Minimum, okay? I'm saying minimum because, again, I expect to do at least a couple more than that the first couple of months, but just if I'm having a down month, don't expect more than 4 that month. However, as of right now, I do want to have a legitimate minimum, so 1 a week seems good for that, and I expect to hopefully do a market at least once a week because that's my main thing right now. Maybe it will do more than that. The other thing is, I kind of want to dive more into Asian English stuff. What people don't seem to be thinking is that, so they got their own ban list recently, a couple months ago. It's a 4th format. We now have TCG format, OCG format, Master Duel format, and Asian English format. And because the cards are in English, you can pick them up, and while you can't play them at official TCG events, and I'll do another in-depth video on Asian English cards, you could play the Asian English format with the Asian English cards. And then it's kind of like Speed Duels. It's not really Speed Duels, right? It's its own format, but that's what I'm saying. It's its own branch out of a format. So I was thinking of maybe doing a video segment once, a Blue Moon, where we just play Asian English format. Because while they have the new cards like Rizal and Malice and stuff, they don't have most of anything before 2023. They've been trying to play catch-up. So they have these like creative packs every couple of months that have staples from older decks in them. But other than that, like, it's not a whole lot of cards for the card pool. It's anything up to 2014 that came Asian English, and then the 2023 reprint stuff, like the new Asian English stuff from that point up till now. So that could be a cool side format. Again, let me know down below, and we'll come up with ideas. But I'm gonna leave this here, guys. I don't want this video to be more than 10 minutes. But expect big changes. I know I've said this before, but please bear with me. Expect actual big changes. I'm at a point now where the store is taking off, and I would like to attribute the channel to the store. And if I'm doing that, then I can't let the store down, so I'm going to be forced to have to make videos, and I think that's kind of a good thing. All in all, if you still want to see something speed related, let me know down below, and I'll try to keep a video segment at least once a month related to speed duels. Listen, once a month is better than my hiatus of X amount of months of nothing, right? So let me know your thoughts down below. I'll keep all the links down there, including Gamers Galaxy to my new store. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video.
For more amazing content, subscribe to yugibros. It's time to duel!